Toodaloo! Under the almanac. Ooh la la! Oh yeah, baby, I can feel the warmth from here. Ah, it's been burning for a week. I should clean the front of that stove window off, but it has been hot, hot, hot. Because outside it has been absolutely freezing and bright as it can get out there. Look at that. For freezing, it has been minus, well, today is minus 16 plus a bit of wind, which I have had way colder stuff than that. But regardless, I know everyone wants me outside running the new Chevinator and Raminator that I got from Primal RC. And yes, I was breaking I was breaking in the engine the other day. But really, I already know that I've got several videos of these machines before, not the V3 versions, but I've got tons on the Raminator. So if you want to go and check it out because it is too cold for me to go outside right now, and I'm not doing it. And you've already seen the thumbnail for today. Did you guys check out my my first ever paid sponsorship video that was not an RC video? You got to be 18 years old or over to see it. I clearly marked it that way due to community guidelines on purpose. But if you want to go and get a good laugh and maybe some craziness, like you're taking acid but you've never taken the actual drug, it is like watching that play out in front of you in the video, and it was a ton of fun with my friends. Thank you so much to them for making jackasses out of themselves and me, just to make everyone laugh online. That is what life is about, just having a good time. And today I am here to unbox an RTR model from RC4WD Drive that I purchased from Quebec, a province in my country, because I'm trying to purchase local here to support businesses that are struggling, you know, due to all the world health and supply chain management and all that stuff. I went to STC, look at this, stcrc.ca. Can you get that? There you go. Look at that. They sent me a little note that says, thank you very much. We love your videos. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, which means thank you so much. Look at this. Ba-ba! Now, I am a kid that grew up in the 80s. I was a huge Back to the Future fan. Shout out to my buddy Ian Byers. We were doing the Back to the Future thing like forever. When I saw RC4WD Drive came out with a long wheelbase trail finder, I knew it was going to have to be mine, especially because of all the detail that's been put into this vehicle. This has been around for a while, but this has been on my list of want to get for quite a while. It did cost me $1,000, just over $1,000 to ship this plus tax in Canada dollars. Yes, all you guys may think that it is so easy doing all this, but no, it costs a fucking fortune in this hobby. There are vehicles of all costs, of all budgets, and yes, there are entry points throughout this hobby, but just like any hobby, you got to pay to play, and basically the market dictates how much things cost. Now, there are some things that I love about this model already, some things I hate about this model already. I think it's a little bit misleading when it says KC highlights, KC light set. I want to see, because it says requires underneath, look at this model for functional lighting. Well, then what's the light set? As far as I know, it's just these caps, but we're going to unload that and have a look at it. But regardless, let's flip it over on the back. Here we go. Now, look at this. The details to this machine are the doors open, the hood opens. It's going to be, from what I understand, a metal bumper, a metal roll bar. These are things that interest me. The single stage transmission does not interest me. All the crap electronics that RC4WD Drive puts into their RTR stuff does not interest me, except for their 45 turn motor, which is a good motor and it will last for quite a while. But overall, these are plastic. What's the deal with that? But you know, there are selling points to this whole thing. Like, I am a huge Back to the Futures fan, and yeah, you would think I'd be doing this like super scale. Let's make sure it's all super scaled to Back to the Future. We want to make sure it's true. No, bullshit. I want to make the Marty McFly truck into the truck that I always wanted to have. But first thing I got to do is open it up. Oh, so the body comes separately. Cool. Here, you all get a turn on my leather couch. in the pool room. Aha, this is different than what I'm used to from RC four-wheel drive. It has been a while since I ordered one of their trucks though. Ah, darn it. I was warned about this by the hobby company that sold this to me. They said these are known, even though they're super shiny, to come with scuffs in the hood, and look at that. You'd think for $1,000 they'd come up with a way to cover this with plastic that doesn't want to scuff the hood. Same on the very front nose. You're having a hard time seeing it, but it's all along here, and a scuff all along here. Stupid, hey? But there are many, 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 many good things about this, including, you can pull the hood out and up, and you've got your own scale engine already on the inside. What do you think of that? That is something I am thoroughly enjoying. The tailgate on the back side comes down. The doors open. The windows do not open. The roller is there, but those are actually static windows. But it's not like I'm opening up the windows very often anyway. I have not put the decals on for the windows yet, and I have not put any decals on here yet at all. Look at that, the KC highlights, like I was saying. These are actually just covers for light cups, so don't be fooled on the box. It does not come with a light set. It's just the literal KC lighting set. This is a double barred steel, I believe it's steel. It's a metal roll cage for sure, but look at that piano, black piano finish on this. Isn't it gorgeous? I do have a light kit on the way. I do have new rims and tires on the way. If you guys actually want to have a look at the long wheelbase, here it is. I did have to assemble this whole front bumper and clip, which is totally normal. It is actually a double tube steel front as well, as mixed in with the plastic bumper. Look at that, there are lockers on that. Even though they're fake lockers, I love it on the front compared to the back. And then of course the bumper with the hitch on the back is an adjustable bumper. And yeah, for those that are wondering, it does go in a tube style, just like other bumpers. So if you're thinking about getting a different aftermarket bumper for it, like I was, when I was looking online, I really couldn't find a lot of decent reviews or overviews about this, and I thought, well, maybe I can add some information that wasn't there before. See, I don't mind the single speed transmission. That's not a big deal for me. Like 2 speeds is not a big deal. It's not that I'm not excited about it. It's just something I've seen before. The plastic side rails, the rock guards, I'm not too interested in that because, you know, I think when you're doing steel tubes on the front, steel tubes on the back, and then, you know, at the back roll bar, even though you could argue, well, it could just be more expensive if they did it. Well, then still, like, why just go half-ass on that part right there? But regardless, overall, look at this. Dun, 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 dun. I have been waiting for this truck for a very long time. I'll probably be able to, like, buff the scuffs out, even though you can kind of see it. Yeah, you'll be able to see it when I'm filming. That's part of my issue. When you're paying top buck for a model, you'd expect it to come, but with no scuffs on it. But it's kind of what I expected to see from RC four-wheel drive. I've had other machines from them before where they just could take more attention to detail, in my personal opinion. Other people might want to shred me for saying that, but I don't care. But you know what I do care about? These clear windows. I don't want another vehicle where I don't have any drivers. And if this is a Marty McFly vehicle from Back to the Future, then I better darn well get Marty McFly. And I know everybody has been doing this all over the internet because these action figures are out there. There are multiple figures that you can get. I'm not going to say what or where. I got mine on eBay, but you can go and check out Marty McFly action figures. And I also, there's a whole collection of them, right? This one cost me like, I don't know, $40, $50 Canadian. But you can see on the back, there's multiple Martys, and if you see, I've got Doc on the way right now. But look at the sports almanac. How cool is this, right? Like, not just the sports almanac, but bum bum, there's Biff, Butthead, and the almanac. So I'm thinking Marty and Doc driving and then Biff in the back. Another reason I like this truck already is because if you look at the floor plan in here, maybe you can't see it contrast with my finger, but it actually it goes down into the floor. It's not just flat right here where normally you've got to cut off the driver's legs to make them fit in there. There is a spot for legs and feet to go down. And of course that 45 turn brushed motor is a pretty decent motor if you want to go around. I noticed that the servo is actually waterproof, so that's a step up from before. I'm glad to see that from the last truck I bought. The ESC is, you know, just your basic entry-level system. Same with the radio system. Everything here is basic. I did put a 3S LiPo in here. The transmission itself, all this setup is very straightforward. It works well. And you know, what can I say about it other than it's basic? It's what an RTR is, but for what I wanted, this is absolutely a wonderful starting point into making the truck I always wanted from Back to the Future. Well, when all is said and done, here it is, Biff in the back, Marty driving it. I should try to age Biff and get him out there putting a few coats of wax on this truck, hey? What do you think? There are a lot of scale details on this ride. I'm excited. I love seeing the whole front engine. Here, let me slide that out and up. That is a beautiful feature to it. They did a really good job in that. The batteries, everything about it. The paint job I also like. I wish that they had figured out a way not to scuff it up, but as you can see, it's not too bad. If I was being an absolute hard ass about it, I'd probably send it back, but why? It's gonna get scratched up anyway. I could try to buff it out. Who cares? It's a trail truck. I'll get Doc in that passenger seat sometime next week and take this out onto the trail once we get out of this cold snap. Yes, it's definitely colder in other areas of the world, but I'll tell you here, it is darn frigid as well. Add in a little bit of wind to that Atlantic air and it is absolutely saturating. But until then, I'll be salivating about getting this truck out there to have some fun. Maybe I can get my friends together again. We'll go out and do a group trail run, which we did on January 1st. If you missed that group trail run, I'm telling you now, go out and check it. Those 8 trucks that we had out there was absolutely fantastic, my friends, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, as always on YouTube, make sure to give it a like click. If you disliked it, give it a dislike click. I don't care, one way or the other. As long as you're here and you're being entertained, are you not entertained? Then that is my mission, my friends, and we will see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. Now go outside and have fun with RC. You know I always do, and if I'm not, I'm inside having a good time. Woohoo! See you later, buttheads!